Yo, we live on location. Me and the blackest one, we out here in H-Town, man. We got a special one coming to you. We got one of the best coaches in the NBA. He's a world champion as a player 2 times, and then he now is a coach and a world champion in one of the hardest championships coming down from 3-1. He did that. But we got one of our peers turned coaches doing it big. Yeah. We got world champion T. Lou in the building via Mexico, Missouri.
Thank you, brother. Happy
Appreciate
to be
you
here.
Pulling up on us, bro.
Yes, sir.
Man, thank you for coming on here and rocking with us, man.
I definitely had to come out and support, so anytime, brother.
Man, appreciate you, man.
Presented by Hennessy.
When you first got to the league and you started getting playing time, who was the first person to bust your ass?
John Stockton. Yeah, John Stockton. So
he was strong as a mud, wasn't he?
And he was dirty.
Yeah.
He was dirty. But it was the first 35 games, I didn't play at all. And so it was the lockout season. So we had 50 games. And my first game I played was against Utah. And so I had a little success picking him up full court, running around. And then he got frustrated. He got mad. And then so I guess they called timeout. Like drew a play up in the backcourt, and Karl Malone laid me out with a screen.
Yeah.
Dropped me. Like I'm like stars and
brick wall.
Yeah. And so I got you, young fella. I laid there for like 10 seconds, got up. But my first game, like I said, against John Stockton, one of the all-time greats.
You know how big his calves was?
Yeah.
Like when I seen John Stockton, because he was kind of like our welcome to the NBA too, in a sense, because we coming off that Bulls growing up, loving the Bulls, and the Bulls beating them. So we getting in the league like, we gonna kick their ass too. And as soon as we played them, they just used to kick our ass like every time we played them, like no matter where it was, especially in Utah.
And then it was a lot of cheating going on in Utah too, but it was hard to win up there. It was hard.
The thing that was most incredible about them was their conditioning, how they used to have to run and cross underneath.
Every time.
I used to hate that as a defender because I used to just, I'm going to trot to the corner and be cool.
Yeah.
Take that. Them boys sprinting underneath. That used to get under my skin right there. I hated that.
Matt Harpring, Brian Russell.
Karolinko, AK-47.
Karolinko, for sure.
That was my look. When I had a good
Brian
game.
Russell, the first game we played. First game, we into it.
Yeah.
Mexico, Missouri. I know how it is.
Mexico. Yeah, Mexico.
You coming from a small town, and I know how Missouri is and so forth. How was it for you, like in high school? Because you went through the American dream, the journey, all the way to get to everything that you got. So how was it when you was in high school and hooping? When did you know that you was like nice enough to just do something, but they wasn't looking?
Yeah, well, it was different because I thought I was nice, but coming from a small town, you playing against 2A schools, so you really don't know how good you are, or how good you can be. So my sophomore year, I ended up moving to Kansas City, with my uncle and playing against better players, more talent. It was different. Like where I'm from in Mexico, we're playing against 6'3" centers, So when I got to Kansas City, like Derek Hood, he's 6'8", 6'9", and playing against all the different players. And so it was a lot different, but I needed that to get to that next level. Because in Mexico, we didn't have schools coming to check out, D1 schools wasn't coming to check us out. And, seeing a little kid from Mexico, Missouri, I was 5'9" at the time. They wasn't checking that out. So my stage was in Kansas City where I had a chance to play against some good players. They would come and watch them play, but then I get a chance to, kind of steal the show a little bit, and they would see me. So it all worked out. But Mexico's, born and raised, and that's what's instilled in me every single day.
How was your recruiting process like?
Well, when I was a freshman in Mexico, nothing. Never even heard of, And I went to Kansas City, played my sophomore year, and then going into my junior year, I had played AAU with the Kansas City Blue, and with Derek Hood, Manny Dias, and a lot of different players. So when I got on that scene, that's when I kind of got a name for myself. And
started traveling.
Started traveling. We played in LA, we played in Vegas, and things kind of turned around for me at that point.
How was it for you as far as because we come from that era where we had to go read the rankings, and you get to the camps, and you literally because I can remember going to the first camp and you seeing this a whatever Bob
Huggins.
No, not Bob Huggins. He was a coach. He used to be I can't remember.
Crimmins.
Bobby,
in Georgia Tech, 'cause that was my dream school. I wanted to go there bad, but they had, Steph Marbury went there, and then they had, Travis Best. I used to love him. I love Kenny Anderson.
They was like the school for point guards.
Yeah,
You was like a dope point guard. You wanted to go and be part of that tradition. So how was that for you to see yourself coming from Mexico? You get to Kansas City, and you starting to see, like, you playing AAU, starting to see rankings and stuff like that. How was that from coming where you came from?
Man, it was great. I remember we played in LA, and Derek Hood was like top 5, top 6 players in the country. So playing with him, the first game I saw, Bobby Crimmins came to the game, and I was like, oh, like it's my dream school. He didn't even take one look at me, because they had Steph coming, but of course, but it was great to see. And, for me, it was different because there wasn't no phones, it wasn't no pictures. So like people like D. Miles or Chauncey Billups, like, I knew D. Miles was growing up because he's from St. Louis, East St. Louis. But like Chauncey Billups, I didn't know. Like, you just hear about him, you read about him.
Yeah.
Like, man, which one's Chauncey? Like, oh, the dude with the red shoes on with the part in his head. But okay, because you don't know what they look like. You know what I'm saying? You just know that you hear the name, but you don't know what they look like. And so it's all changed now. It's all different.
What about choosing college? It could have been anybody else, or did you have a few more selections than what you chose?
So when my senior year, so I didn't take the ACT test until late. And so the first time I took it, I didn't pass it. So I had like Arkansas, Missouri, Kansas, all the Midwest schools. So they would all recruit me at Memphis State when Lorenzen Wright was there. God rest his soul. So they all recruit me. So the first time I took the test, I didn't pass it. And so all those teams stopped calling. They didn't hear from them no more at all. And so Nebraska's like, we take you as a Prop 48 if you don't pass it. I'm like, I'm gonna pass a test. Like, just whatever.
Just chill out.
Chill out. The first, to be honest, I fell asleep on the first test. Like, we had a tournament in high school. Got back to the school at 1 o'clock in the morning. Yeah, then 8 o'clock test in the city. So I was whatever. So I didn't pass it, and then they all stopped recruiting me. And then Nebraska like, we take it as a Prop 48. So I passed it. Then all the schools come back. Oh, we knew. Like, nah, I'm cool. So I just
stayed
stuck
loyal.
Nebraska. Yeah.
First of all, let me just say this about I never took the SAT. Us in the Midwest, we take ACT.
That's why I took the ACT. Yeah,
me too. I took the ACT. So just shout out to my high school coach, George Stanton, right? He knew that we were going, like, when we were young, as sophomores, he made me, D. Gates, CDL, he made us all take the ACT, right? Mm-hmm. Like, look, y'all got, because he was like under the guys, like, some people don't take the test well because they're not used to it. They never did it. They know, all of this different stuff. So he had us just take it as sophomore. Just what you said. You said you went to sleep. Bro, I got in there. I looked at it and I was like, man, I just started going ham, whatever I felt. 18 as a sophomore. You hear me? Never took it again. Crazy. I'll never forget that. Like, boy, like, I got an 18.
Q, I went to sleep. And I heard the guy say 15 minutes left. I woke up like, what? I'm just feeling in. And then
in that room, and it's a feeling it's like that. It just, whenever you in that class, I was that kid in class. I'm like, the whole class. I was like, I wasn't doing that.
Yeah, take eyes in the lunchroom.
That's crazy. So he like, I got like a 14 or whatever. So all the teams we played, we go to the gyms in high school, they holding up T-Lou 14 on the ACT.
Word.
Oh, it was crazy. It was crazy. So, but it was a long journey. But like I said, Nebraska, they stuck by me, so I just stuck by them.
Going to Nebraska, like, that's not a big time TV school. Like, everybody don't see them games like
really
all the time.
Football school,
right?
Yeah. For sure. Like, they won 2 national championships.
Yeah, that was back when they was doing it. Yeah,
Tommy Frazier,
Lawrence Phillips, Tommy Frazier. They was nice.
A lot of teams that be in the NIT, they supposed to kind of be in the tournament, but the NIT is big,
right?
And if you win the NIT, like, that is a successful season. Take us back to that NIT year where it's like, now, all right, y'all on TV every day. Every game y'all finna play all the way through this. How was that for you and your team in that season?
Really, D. Miles, we underachieved that year. Like, we had 4 pros. We had myself, Mikey Moore, Jerron Boone, Eric Strickland. Yeah, Eric Strickland. Like, we had a real team. Yeah. And so, like, we underachieved. And so it was my freshman year. It's a crazy year because I think halfway into the season, like, our older group, they boycotted the coach. And so they was like, we're not going to practice. They fired Coach Nee. And so I was starting as a freshman. And so I was like, I'm going to practice. Like, so 3 days, they didn't come to practice. I'm the only one going to practice, me and Bernard Garner. And so the AD, no, really, they was like, why are you going to practice? Like, man, this man gave me a chance to start, gave me a scholarship. I ain't messing that up. I come from nothing, you know what I'm saying? I ain't messing that up, so they didn't come in for 3 days, so the athletic director stepped in and was like, listen, if y'all don't come back, Teron, T-Lou, Bernard Garner, and the football team going to finish the season, y'all going to lose y'all scholarships. So that's when they came back that same year. We went on a heck of a win streak, and then we ended up going to the NIT and win the NIT championship. But, like, we underachieved, like, to me. But it was a hell of a run, like, getting to playing the Madison Square Garden. We played against Tulane. I think it was Gerald Honeycutt.
Oh,
yeah, Honeycutt.
Bucket. He was a bucket.
Played against them. We played against St. Joseph. So it was a hell of an experience for me. But like it was a long journey that year.
When you got to college, did you like, man, I really want to see if I'm good enough to play at this level? Like, when was that confidence game? Like, oh yeah, I can kind of.
It was the first game of my career. We played over in Hawaii in the Big Island Invitational in Hilo, and I had 30 points and 9 assists. And we played against Oregon, little Kenya Wilkins.
Yeah,
and he had 30 points and 10 assists. He was boning me. He was killing me. But like I was like, oh, this is easy. Like so, the next game we played against Minnesota. I think Quincy Lewis and them. I had like 23, whatever. And so I had a hell of a tournament. So we get back to Nebraska, and you know, Coach Nee had put like a little note in my desk, like, man, you had a great tournament, but we don't need you to score as much, and you know, we just need you to get the older guys involved because we had like a lot of seniors, and so he's like, you know, your time's gonna come, like, wait your turn, and then I went from like up here to like down here, but like I had to pay my dues. I understood that, and we had Jerron and Strick and them, so it was cool. But my first game, I was like, oh yeah, this is easy.
Straight out the gate.
How was your draft process when like the workouts? How many workouts you
17. 17. We went top 3 like you do, Miles. Yeah.
See, we got it out the mud.
17.
He over here eating steak dinners.
Yeah.
People, he over here chilling. I'm flying in and out. They want me to come back.
Oh, man. That was the worst.
17.
17. Yeah.
You was
Look how he
tired.
looking at you.
You did like 2 of them in a day sometime? Or
no, I never did 2 in a day, but it was back to back. Workout, playing, next day workout, playing. It was crazy. You know, it was a long
leading
process.
all the way up to the draft.
All the way up to the draft.
Just talk about how difficult that is. Like you now, you know, you a coach and you sit, so you see guys come in, but like you can see things from, you know, you can like every day can't be somebody's best day when they got like that's not even
we had
realistic.
to. Like if we want to make it, we
gotta
had to.
try.
Like, it's different now. Like. And then back then, you playing one-on-one full court. You doing conditioning drills. Like it's so lax now. These guys coming to
used to be
shooting jumpers now.
Yeah,
that used to kill me. Like, who plays one-on-one full court? Like they used to be, and then these ain't no small court. These NBA length courts. And then you like, man, you want me to run up and down?
I'll never forget it.
And then they want you to play up.
Yeah,
you want
pick up
you
full
don't
court.
Want me to get back.
Nah,
pick up full court 1-on-1.
We played 2-on-2 full court in New York with and Al Harrington was on my team, and we played because we came out of the same draft.
Yeah.
And man, Jeff Van Gundy, we playing full court 2-on-2 for the whole workout. We dead. I'm like, man, you picking up full court? Like it was crazy. Like. But now they come in, he can't work out today. He just want to get shots up. Can't play one-on-one. So it's different. It's different now.
When you found out that you was finna go to the Lakers of all teams, like what was your thought process like for your family? Like how you see your family looking like, man? Because you know this is the most famous team, most famous franchise in this thing we do. So like how was that?
It was crazy because. Like back in Mexico, they had a draft party, but I didn't want to go in case you don't get drafted. You never know. You know what I'm saying? In case you don't get drafted, you don't want to be embarrassed. So I was in New York with my agent at the time, Andy Miller. And so I think it was, man, I'll never forget. I know 1 through 30 in my draft. But like, I remember 12, 13, and 15, Orlando, they had 3 picks. So they took Mike Doliak, they took Keon Clark, and then they said they was going to take me at 15. And so they ended up taking Matt Harpering.
Right.
And so I was like, dang. Somebody said, don't worry, whatever. So it kept going, 17, 18, 19. I'm like, man. So I'm sitting in the living room. So then 23rd pick, you know, Denver Nuggets select Tyronn Lue. So I go crazy, right? Like, okay, whatever. And then 5 minutes later, it came across that he's just been traded to the Los Angeles Lakers. Man, I did a backflip over the couch. Like, I'm running around. He's like, man, you got to relax. Now, it changed your whole career. Now, this is a story franchise. So I got scared. Like, I went from up here to, like, being scared. Like, damn, you know, blew my whole draft night. You know what I'm saying? But, like, to go to the Lakers, man, like, Kobe, Shaq, You know, like the tradition. I mean, it was unbelievable, man.
What was that like when you first practice, like getting in there and you got Kobe and
seeing
Shaq,
them
and
jerseys,
you
seeing
see
them
the
trophies,
banners, the trophies, like
man,
whole facility is yellow
man, I was
and
in awe.
gold.
I ain't lying. Like, it was like starstruck. You're from Mexico, Missouri, playing for the Lakers, bro. Like nah, like this can't be real. Like, you know, Kobe, Shaq, Eddie Jones, Rick Fox, like people you grew up just watching, like, you know, all the time, and now I'm playing for these guys. It was different. You know, you come from a town, you know, 11,000 people to LA.
Right.
Like it was night and day.
What was that like when you first got? Had you ever been to LA before that?
Just AAU, we played there my junior year.
So you ain't been. You was a kid.
Yeah,
so.
because my first year to be on the plane was my junior year. Like that's the first time I ever be on the airplane. So like it was crazy. It was wild. And the same thing come from East St. Louis going to the Clippers. Like that's LA. Come on, man.
Yeah,
like,
it's crazy out there.
touch
Just
down,
seeing
see
these
them
palm trees.
Yeah, but you
like,
come from a big city though. You come from Chicago.
It was. Listen, you know, Shy is love,
right?
But it's totally different from the look. Like I say, when you first touch down and you start looking around the scenery, you like, yo.
Yeah, my grandma, she like, man, I don't like. She came out for Christmas. I flew my family out for Christmas. She was like, what? They wearing shorts? No snow? Like, no, I don't like this shit. So she was like, off.
Being there and seeing them growth years, them 2-3 growth years that y'all had to have, how was that?
It was something I never seen before because, you know, they coming out of high school, college, you know, you usually used to being a man. So, like, seeing like Kobe and Shaq, and then the biggest thing for us that happened to us was Phil Jackson. Like, he turned everything around because Dale Harris did a hell of a job, you know, but you bring a guy like Phil Jackson in who's coached Michael Jordan, who's won 6 years, respects right there right away. And the biggest thing he did was he held our 2 best players accountable every single day. Like me, D-Fish, you know, Ron Harper, B. Shaw, we mess up. Like, okay, Shaq and Kobe, he was on them hard, like every day. And so, you know, when we saw that, it was easy for us to fall in line because like he's killing Kobe every day. He killing Shaq. We watching film. Kobe, you got to pass the ball. Like, you know, it's Shaq, you got to get back. You got to be it. So like every day he was on them 2 the hardest. And so that changed everything for us.
I just remember just when we got to the league, like y'all didn't win the championship the year before we got there. But when we got to the league and we played y'all felt like the champions. Like how dominant Shaq was, how good Kobe was, and just every other piece around him, from everybody who even come off the bench, from you to Devin George to whoever came off the bench, just running that system, just like didn't nobody do nothing out of pocket.
Because, you know, it gave us structure. The triangle gave us structure. Like, because, you know, we know Kobe's a killer. Like, he'll come out, he'll shoot 50 in a row, 50 shots in a row if you let him, you know? So, like, the triangle, like, it put us in place, like, in every pass, trigger, to action, but it gave us structure, you know what I'm saying? So we couldn't just play freelance and play wild. Like, and so that really helped us out. And, like, Kobe was able to, like, he mastered it. Like, he knew exactly where spots were, where he was going to get his shots from. Okay, if he calls this reverse action, he's gonna go over here because he's coming off for the shot. So he just mastered the triangle.
What was it like for you? Because you was there, like he was saying, like basically in the beginning, a couple years after he had got there, but like still in the beginning before he became, you know, Kobe.
Right.
Like, so what was it like for you to be there, seeing his work ethic and seeing how he was going about it? What was it like being around that young Kobe that was still chasing it, that was hungry as ever to get it?
I mean, it was different because he was, you know, 19, 20 years old, but he was like a professional. Like he was a pro. Like he was like he was 30, you know, just the way he carried himself, the way he worked. And the funny story was, you know, about his work ethic. We played one-on-one full court every day because you remember the year, my second year, he broke his hand. He broke his hand. So they would go on trips all the time, and like we would stay back and play with the trainers. We'd be playing one-on-one full court. And every day my cousin Duda like, man, why you can't beat him? Like he beat me every day. I'm like, man, I don't know. Like I was a good one-on-one. I wasn't like great in the league, but I was a great one-on-one player. It's like, man, I don't know why I can't beat this dude. And then like he's like, man, I don't either. So then like a year or two went by and Kobe became Kobe. He's like, oh, I see why you couldn't. Like I see why you couldn't beat him. But like I could never beat him. Like every single day, and I didn't know why. But then 2 years later, you knew why, because he became Kobe.
We got to give a shout out to him and D. George, though, because we say this all the time. Like, during that time where the Lakers was the Lakers and they was doing, like, in the city, we felt like we had the city.
Right.
And we felt like, because we was present. You know what I'm saying? Like,
People
y'all
seen
boys
us.
was like, y'all was like Hollywood superstars. We got to give a shout out to you and D. George, because y'all was the only two that was like us.
Yeah.
They was the only two who we might bump into, see in the spot or the club, dinner, whatever, like anywhere. Because I remember we had Cole on the show. I said, yo, bro, I say, how did you achieve it? I say, we played in the same city for 4 years. I never saw you anywhere but the gym.
Yeah.
Ever. Like, and it was like that spoke to, and he told us then, he like, I didn't want y'all to see.
Yeah.
He like, I didn't want you to know if I was out eating or kicking. He was like, y'all, like, nah.
Nah, he wasn't doing none of that. He wanted to be the best. Yeah. Like, that's all was on his mind, like every single day. That's it.
Mm-hmm. Being around Kobe and just watching his journey from young and seeing how he was so obsessed with the game, did it make it easier to relate to LeBron when you got the chance to like coach him?
Yeah, it did. I mean, just seeing Kobe first, and then I left there and went to Washington, played with Jordan when he was 40. You know, so just seeing those two and the way they worked and how they grinded, and then like I said, getting LeBron, like those three guys they all the same. Like want to win, whatever it takes to win, but their work ethic. When you come to the gym, you come in 2 hours early and they already finished the workout. They sweat, they're done.
Yeah.
Like, damn, I'm here 2 hours early and Kobe's finished. Jordan's finished, so that teaches you a lot and like what I need to do to be better and get better.
Yeah.
If they the best players in
LeBron
the world.
was doing that at 18.
Yeah, that's how Kobe.
That's why I was telling folks, I was like, I was 3 years in the league and he came in 3 years with me in the league and he was way more mature than me.
Right, and that's how Kobe was.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like I was coming to the gym, I'm coming at the exact time I'm supposed to be there
right.
for the weight room, and he done been in there with his homeboys and all of them in there working out.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's why I knew he was different.
And that's we had to learn that though. Like you said, I came in the league when I was 20, you was 18. So like we had to learn how to. He's probably been mentored and taught that since he was 12, 13 years old, because he's supposed to be the next one. But we didn't know that.
In our era, it wasn't said.
Right, it was.
This was, didn't nobody say it. Like, and then you wasn't going to ask nobody what they do.
Right, because they didn't want to tell you back then. Yeah,
they
wanted that edge.
You wasn't going to ask nobody what you do to be that cold.
You had to have a good OG.
And I had a lot of them.
Which was what happened with us. Like, we got... God bless them. We had Sean Rooks.
Oh, okay, Rooks. I had Rooks too. Yeah,
and he was
he
like,
used to
he was a real one. He used to. I remember the first time we did, like we rookies. Gentry say practice optional. Oh,
you won't be there.
Oh, what? Me and my guy, we out of here.
Right.
We not gonna show up, man. That boy Rooks called. I'll never forget it. Called us where he was like, he say, "What's good, young fella?" He say, "You and D together?" I say, "Yeah, we chilling. What's up?" He say, he said, where y'all at? I think we was over your house. We was over your house in the marina. He said, I'm standing on the floor right now, on the practice floor. And he was like, y'all need to be here. Like, and like the way we rocked with Rooks and respect we got in the truck, took right off, went up there, and like that was the last time we ever did it. Cause he would always holler at us on real stuff. Then we had DJ too, Dennis Johnson.
Oh, okay.
There. And like when we got there, what y'all motherfuckers doing?
Right, yeah.
So he pull us inside. We like, damn, they like, we were young.
We didn't
boys,
know. Yeah.
Didn't know. And so we felt embarrassed about it. We was like, all right, that ain't gonna happen.
Yeah,
like,
DJ told us about like, man, they just call your name out in the starting lineup. Long as you play at the end of the game or the second quarter, like them the minutes that count. You know what I'm saying? And it made us look. Cause we always played, and especially if we feel like we was good enough to be starting on the team. It's like, nah, fuck that. We supposed to start. They supposed to call my name first.
Right.
I walk out, then I'm on the jump ball. But DJ like calmed that down for it, but it made us better to come off the bench for the team.
Yeah,
you know
because it was best for the team. Not that you wasn't a better player.
We played the key minutes. We was in the fourth quarters.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We was in the games that mattered.
Yeah, I mean, we all had to go through it.
I want to talk about this though. Like I don't be wanting to disrespect like other centers in the history of the game, but Shaq, like how dominant he was. Like I was telling them, I was like, man, like I don't think Hakeem can hold the Lakers Shaq like how he did the Orlando Magic Shaq.
Nobody
I feel like
could.
he'll foul out.
Yeah.
To do what he's supposed to do because it's nothing you can do with him.
What did you just say again?
Nobody could. Yeah, nobody could. I mean, he's the most dominant guy. Like we didn't see Wilt because we were too young, but I mean, just far as dominance, like, come on, can nobody guard Shaq? Like you're gonna be in a bonus in 5 minutes. Like it's gonna be 4 fouls, 4 wrap-ups.
You're gonna be on a stretcher.
Yeah,
Like.
yeah, and like, can nobody guard him? Like just the things he did, man. Like pushing the basket, could handle, could pass, agile, athletic, but like just so powerful and explosive. Like, could nobody guard him?
And what year was that? Like, what year was that when he got mad? When he just came in and world dominated and was in like the best shape and everything.
That was 2000.
2000.
That was 2000.
2000.
That was when we first. Yes,
that's what I say. The Shaq we seen like he was in shape. He running up and down the court.
Yeah.
Who was like some of your OGs that kind of helped you on different teams along the way? That you really just took a lot of advice for, and you kept in touch, and y'all just got real close.
It's crazy. The one-stop shop. It was the Lakers. Like I had Robert Horry, Rick Fox. I had Derek Harper the first year I got into the league. Ron Harper, Horace Grant, B. Shaw. Like not like just one. All of them. Like they just showed me love, and I was like the youngest guy on the team. So like I learned a lot. Like they saying like don't get married, like save your 20s, like because you're gonna be young. You know what I'm saying? Like don't have no outside kids, like save your money, like no bad investments, So like that was real. It was big to me. It was huge. And like just having B. Shaw and Rick Fox and Rob Horry and Horace, like they meant a lot to me. Ron Harper, Derek Harper and Shaq too, but he was just too funny. He's crazy.
Silly.
Like he'd do anything.
B. Shaw one of the real ones.
Oh,
man.
real.
Like
did Shaq Rookie Hayes you?
I had a lot of that. Come on, man.
He ain't do none of the poop over the toilet like they talking about, did he?
Did. No, wait, no. He did that to John Celestin and Devin George.
Time out, please. I need to.
You want the story?
Yes,
okay.
please. We need the story. God damn, Shaq.
No, so one day, Devin George, he was supposed to got the donuts or whatever, I don't know, but he didn't do it. And so Shaq said, all right, I'm gonna get you. So we getting ready for a game. So Devin George, I think, went and worked out on the court, came back, he was getting taped or whatever. Shaq goes in the bathroom, takes his shoe in there. He shits in his shoe. Takes his shoe, come back, and then he hits it to the top where it goes to the top of the shoe. So Devin George come in and get ready for the game, put his shoe on, his foot slide right.
No, he did.
Yeah, he did. Yeah.
No, he did.
And then John Celestin, Shaq went to the bathroom. He used the bathroom in a magazine. And so he shut the magazine or whatever, right? So he come back and was like, man, that card, man, on page such and such is crazy. Like, man, you see, like, yeah. So he's like, John, you said, no, I want to see it. So he grabbed a magazine, he opened it up. It's a page full of shit. Like, he did all that crazy stuff, man.
But I heard that he used to make people ride where the bags go on the bus.
With a what?
On the bus.
A what?
Where the bags go under the bus.
The charter bus.
I wasn't part of that. No, I wasn't part of
I think they said they put Mark Madsen up under there and made him ride to the plane under the bus.
Oh, he might. I was gone for that. Yeah, I didn't see that one. But it don't put nothing past because Shaq, he'd do anything crazy,
bro.
man.
How was it to see us, like, when because you know me back from the crib, to see me get drafted to the Clippers and with Q and us being the youngest team ever at the time.
Man.
How was it us, like, what did they used to say? Because Robert Horry said that, like, Phil Jackson was like, nah, y'all better not let them Clippers win.
But because y'all was young and dynamic. Like, it don't matter. Like, if you come in there messing around, like, you know what I'm saying, you can get beat. And y'all high flying, y'all doing it. Every time. Y'all had a good team, good young team. It was like, man, listen. And if we want to run the city, like they coming. These young boys are coming, so we got to step on them while we can. And so like Shaq and Kobe, was y'all there when he had like, 60?
No, he got the year before.
Oh, the year before, okay, yeah.
Showed us that game.
Yeah, it was his birthday. So like, we was like, man, we're going to get him. He want to score 60, so every play down, we throwing it to Shaq. Yeah. He'd throw it out, we throw it right back. And so like, that's just kind of like the fun we had. But like, if we wanted to, like I said, we wanted to be great, we wanted to be our city, these young boys, they coming. And so we didn't mess around with y'all at all, at all.
How was it playing with Mike Jordan? Like, you know how we feel about Mike. And it's like, all right, I get drafted to the Lakers, and I'm coming right back around the corner, and I'm with Mike. and this whole process of going down and just to see the love everywhere y'all went, the love that Mike brings to the table. You know how the people love Mike. Like, how was that just them seasons with Mike and just to see him working to be 40.
Right.
Averaging 20.
On one leg.
On one leg.
I know you love it. Look at you.
I'm just listening, bro.
You know, still on his guards.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Man, it was incredible. Like, just like the thing that I learned, I was still young, you know, but like being 40 years old, playing back-to-backs, he played 82 games.
Yeah, 82.
But the crazy part about it, he would never sit out of practice. Like Doug Collins was like, Mike, man, no. Like he wanted to play and practice every single day. He's 40 years old, like, and still every day, first one there, always called the Breakfast Club. He always getting his lift in. Yeah, but like he wanted to practice every day and play 82 games at 40. Like when we came in the league, that was a badge of honor to play 82 games.
That's what, we
like,
talked about that.
Yeah, like that's a badge of honor. And this man do it at 40 years old on one leg. Like, come on, man. Talking about dedication to the game. Like, it don't get no better than that.
How was it when you like, all right, like, you know, you in our age group, a couple years older, but still in our age group. So for you, when you first, you know, you get traded there, that's one thing. But when you first get there and you get to be in the locker room, what was that like? The first day you walking in the locker room and Jill is sitting over there.
You know
look like he glowing.
You know, the first conversation when you heard the voice, like when he said, man, we want to bring you here, like, I was a free agent. So I go to Washington, I'm like, man, told cousin, like, man, I just talked to Jordan. like, come on, man, like, just talk to Jordan. I ain't seen him or nothing. Just talk to him. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man. Like, come from Mexico, Missouri. Now you rubbing shoulders with Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant, Shaq. Like, it was unreal. Like, it was unreal. But like, I was in awe again. Like, seeing Michael Jordan, someone we all idolize. Everybody did. I don't care what you say. Yeah. Everybody idolized Michael Jordan. You know, and so seeing him and Wade took me under his wing and showed me a lot of stuff. Yeah. And then you have my boy L. Hughes came the second year. Yeah, Bud came. And so, man, it was like, man, I was in heaven.
How was the Jordan girl? How was that? Did you get the...
I think I was with Adidas still. I think I was.
So you couldn't touch it? Oh, you couldn't touch it.
And I know he rubbed that in. I know he talked bad about Chucky. Like,
you buy cheap, you get cheated. Yeah, that's his favorite line. You buy cheap, you get cheated. Yeah. So, you know, man, I think I was still with Adidas, man, so I didn't get none of that.
Bro, you one of the few people like that's literally you didn't play with or coach like some of the realest killers like in the history. Like think about it, bro. Kobe, Shaq, Jordan, T-Mac. You know what I'm saying? Bron, like
KG,
KG.
Yeah.
Then you was he wasn't there in Orlando when you was there. Dwight wasn't there.
Yeah, I was with Dwight. I mean, I didn't play. That's my last. Yes, my last year. The year they went to the finals, I didn't play, but 2009.
But so you was even in that, like that. Yeah. Like just that's like crazy.
Yeah.
Like your basketball knowledge, you supposed to be in the position that you in, and you supposed to have that success because you done went through it.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it.
From every step of it, you done seen the best, you done played with the best, you done played in the best games ever. You know what I'm saying? Some of the best games ever in history. Like you supposed to be in it. Like you in this mark, they gotta say your name forever.
I appreciate it.
And you earned it every bit of the way. That's why I'm always here rooting for you, man. Because like, man, I love the way you do it and carry yourself and how you always been the same person every time we seen you.
I appreciate it, brother.
I wanted to ask you this too. You seen like them playoff runs and when y'all won them championships, Shaq and Kobe, man. Shaq had like 45, Kobe had like 40. Or Shaq had 41, Kobe had like 30, 35. Then you see like when y'all made that comeback, how Kyrie and LeBron, did that remind you of the dominance, like how Shaq and Kobe dominated them playoffs where y'all lost one game that whole playoffs, right. And like how LeBron them in that series, just that series.
Yeah, I mean,
how they took over.
Just Steph was a bad guy, you know what I'm saying? So he was a bad man. So we had double team him every time he touched the ball, and he still averaged 27. So we didn't even had 60. Yeah. But like Bron, you know, where we guarded Steph, like Bron and Kyrie were two best players in that series, and we was down 3-1, but we never lost confidence. We had to make a couple tweaks here and there, and we knew we could win. But like Bron and Kyrie, 40-40. Next night, Bron and Kyrie, 38-36. Like they just totally dominate the series. Like from game 3 on, like they just dominated, and it felt a lot like Kobe and Shaq because we just felt like they couldn't guard them.
I haven't seen, like, you see guys and, like, it'd be that one guy have a good game and then it'd be the rest of the guys kind of chip in.
Yeah.
But I haven't seen that much dominance.
Two guys.
Like, from two guys that, like, man, these boys finna hit 40. That's 80.
Right. Because with our team in Cleveland, like we had like specialty players. Like we just had all shooters. Like they couldn't dribble, they couldn't pass. But Corver, like Channing Frye,
and
like
great teammates.
Yeah, JR. So like if y'all leave them, they're gonna knock your head off. But so they, Golden State was number 1 in the league in defense. So like we couldn't score unless we had to get the matchup, go 1-on-1. And then go attack how we had attacked. Now y'all help, we can be able to get shots. But if they don't help, Brian, y'all got to score 40. If y'all want to win, we got to get 40. And so they did that.
How difficult was it for you to step in at the time you had to step in to take over that job? Like, and then, you go from being in the coach's room with a guy, then you got to replace him, and then there's that part of it. But then you also got one of the best teams in the league. And then you gotta take the helm and really gain the respect and all of those different things. How was that for you?
It was hard. It was tough because first of all, Coach Black, like he gave me the job.
Exactly.
So it's hard to see someone get fired, in the middle of the season, you got to take over. And so when it first happened, I was like, man, I can't do this. And then, I called Doc Rivers, like, Ty, you got to take it. Like, young black coaches, we don't get a chance to get a great team right away. You got to take it. And then I called Jerry West. Oh, he cussed me out so bad. Like, how he talks. So I'm like, man, but it was tough. Like, you come into a situation where, we was number 1 in the East when he got fired. We was 30-11.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and to take over like midway through, like, you don't have a training camp. I've never been a head coach before. You think you can do it, but you never done it. So like, I'm like, man, I don't know. Like, I was nervous. I was scared. Like, to be honest, I was scared. Like, having a team that just went to the finals, we first in the East, and now I got to take over midway through the season. Like, and you can't put your imprint on the team. You can't, no training camp. And you're just doing it on the fly. And I'm learning on the fly. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it was tough. It was crazy. But like, Bron had my back. He had my support. Kevin Love, Kyrie, they was great. And so it helped me along the way. I learned a lot from that season. It made me, a better coach. But it shit was hard. It was hard.
Them 3 games that y'all lost. Like, I know you going back in and we in there and you in the locker room and it's like, yeah, man, we just believe what we doing. We gonna stick to it by this. But then when you walk in your office and close that door, it's like, woo, shit.
Yeah,
like,
it was crazy because
why we not winning these games?
Right. And what was crazy was, like, I believe we can win. I swear, when we was down 3-1, I'm like, man, we can beat them. Like, we just had to tweak some stuff defensively because they was killing us on all the splits and all that. And we made that tweak, but it was crazy. So like, David Griffin was the GM. He the one that pulled the trigger to hire me. And so when we lost games, I would never show film. And they'd be like, why are we not showing film? Because I didn't want them to see, like, because the first 2 games, we got beat by like 30 and 28. Like, I don't want them to see that. That's demoralizing, So I would come in, we shoot half-court shots, we do stuff like that was fun. And we finally won that 1 game. And then I would go back and show, like, from game 1 and 2 or whatever, like, what we need to do better, how we got to get better, we got to take away this. And then we lose, we lost game 4. Game 4, I didn't show film. We shot half-court shots. And then game 5, 6, and 7, then we would show all the film. Every time we won, I would show like bad film and bad clips. He's like, well, why are we not showing it when we lose? I'm like, man, they don't need to see that. Like, I don't even want to put it in their mind, like all the bad stuff has happened. Like, we just got to make these tweaks, go through it and walk through and shoot around, and then we'd be able to execute it. And like I said, them dudes, they stuck with it. And whenever we lost, I never showed bad stuff, like all good stuff, positive stuff, and they got us over the hump.
When I got to Cleveland, they called Cleveland the mistake on the lake. And Cleveland is like one of my favorite towns. Like, man, some of my favorite people live in Cleveland. How was that parade that y'all had in Cleveland? How the fans showed out? It seemed like the whole state was in downtown Cleveland.
Forever, right? That was the first
one.
So like
one.
that was like
how was that?
Exhale
how
and
was
everything.
that celebration right there?
Man, there was people hanging out of buildings. They stand like just to be there. Like, and so the city wasn't prepared for it. Like, it ain't never happened. So like they didn't have the guardrails up. Like, people ain't running to the float, grabbing your arms and legs. Like, they wasn't prepared for it. And so, but like JR, take his shirt off. They like in the stands with the fans. They walk around with the fans, and it was crazy. Like, they were just so happy though. Like, and that's a city that really needed it. Like, they were behind us the whole way. Even like when LeBron left the first time, like, they still sold out. Like, they're big time fans. And so to do it for the city of Cleveland, it just meant a lot. And they all came out, and it was crazy.
To see LeBron, like, to win that championship and to see how much it meant to him to do that for Cleveland, for the home state, like, How was that to just watch his process of like winning that and how emotional he was from getting that? Because I feel like that was the one. I don't care how many he won.
Right, that was it.
In
Yeah,
Miami,
for sure.
like that one means more than anything.
Yeah, it does. And coming back home and doing it, he told him, he said, we're gonna get one before I'm done. And so to come back, like I said, winning 2 in Miami and then coming to Cleveland and taking a young team, like Kyrie never been to the playoffs, Kevin Love never been to the playoffs, and taking that young team and getting the championship. And where you from? Like that was huge. And it meant a lot to him. Like,
they hadn't got one in forever.
Yeah, never had one, and just come back to an organization where you win the first championship, LeBron James, is where you from. You know, taking a young team, like it was incredible, man.
I want to know, how was it when you got to Orlando? Since we talking about Mac, like getting there and seeing, like, you know, he didn't left Toronto and now he became T-Mac. Like what? Like, cause you know what I'm saying? You played with Kobe, then you played with MJ. Now you get in and you see this different type of animal. Like, what was that like after being with those 2 guys and then walking in yet another 2/3, whatever you want to call it, like dynamo, just cold. Like, how was that?
Man, this dude was he was the same talent. Like he had the same talent. Like far you could post him, right shoulder, left shoulder,
shoot threes,
go either way, pull up off the dribble,
jump over you,
whatever, jump over you, pass,
yeah.
And man, he just scored so easy, like no effort, And so a crazy story about T-Mac. We played against the Wizards, and Jared Jeffries was guarding or whatever. So I'm a starting point guard in Orlando. This man had 62 points. Right, I'm a starting point guard,
Jared,
and I had 2 assists. So, so I tell you, man, he catch that thing. So many hand dribbles. Oh man, a lot of ice. Come on, starting point guard. He got 62. I got 2 assists for the whole game. Like I tell you, like
that's crazy.
You going through one,
man? Come on, man. Like,
was you surprised that he didn't make the 75?
Yeah, I was, and I think they try to go off winning championships or whatever, but that's not what it's about. Like you carry the franchise, and you a top, and you a top player. I don't care like what you done.
Too.
Yeah, you a top player.
When I got to the league, the best player at my position was Tracy McGrady.
Right.
We ran to him. It was 30 every time you seen him.
Come on, 2-time scoring champ, like perennial all-star. Like, I mean, I know he had the back issues or whatever, but like he was, man. So, but the thing that he don't get credit for, man, he's a hell of a passer.
Yeah.
Like he can make all the plays. Yeah, he was like the point guard, a 6'9" point guard without being called a point guard. You know what I'm saying? But he don't get enough credit, man.
When did you have the thought like, man, I'm a do the coaching thing?
Never.
I'm gonna be a coach.
In 2003, I played for Doc in Orlando, and that's the year he got fired. And I was having my best year ever. So I was like, man. He was like, when you get done playing, you can come coach with me. I'm like, what? I ain't coaching. Like, I ain't never gonna do that.
Yeah.
So 2009, I was done playing. I'm like, what else I'm gonna do? Like, I don't know nothing but basketball. Right. So, I called Doc, and he's like, okay, I'll call you back tomorrow. I'll let you know. I was like, oh yeah, right. Like, you know what that means? You know what I'm saying? He called back the next day, had a job for me, like him and Danny Ainge. And so the first year, he's like, just enjoy it. Like, I'm not gonna put you through any no scouts, none of that. Just enjoy it. Get the player out of you. See if you want to do it. And like, I started liking it. Like, so my assignments was Rondo and KG, 2 of the craziest. So like, he put me on them. Like, anytime was a problem, I had KG and Rondo. And, being able to tell them the truth and hold them accountable, like, just being real.
When I got to Boston and I was there for like the training camp and stuff like that, I called my homeboy back at the crib and I was like, man, this boy Rajon Rondo, like he was so much in control of Paul, Ray, and KG. He controlled the floor, like how he made everybody do what he do, just to see his mindset. I called my homeboy, I was like, nah, bro. He wanted the top 5 in the league.
No, for sure. Like, and
he was like, nah, bro, nah.
Yeah. But like, he was a real point guard. Like, they're looking at guys that's gonna score 30 but like Rondo controlled the whole game.
Yeah.
Knew when to get a guy shot, knew how to get a guy shot. But like, he just controlled everything. And it made like being with Bron and being with Rondo, like those are 2 of the like, far as knowing the game, like knowing what you can go through a shoot around and we come in tonight, he know all
everything.
8 plays, what they gonna do, what they looking for, calling out everything. Like,
oh no, I didn't experience. I didn't see him do that.
He's real. Like him and Bron, like
calling shit out.
Like 2 of the most far as like cerebral, like far as knowing the game and what guys are gonna do, what they're doing, what they're looking for. like those two are probably two of the smartest I've been around.
Do you think like with Rondo, because I feel like after he left Boston, like he's a great player that you can really have on your team. Do you think like he's so headstrong that organizations fear him in a sense?
I wouldn't say fear him, like, but he is headstrong. And like
Yeah.
sometimes you can be too smart for your own
Yeah,
good, you know. And
good.
he knows everything. Like I'm like with Rondo, like just because you know it's the right thing, if all the other four guys don't know, like we ain't gonna be on the same page, you know. But I mean, he's smart as hell though. Like I mean, giving you ideas and just the run we had last year. He was on the team last year, just to run and picking my brain. Well, T, you see, like he helped me out a lot of too. Like so, like he's smart. He's smart as hell. He knows the game. He's gonna be a great coach too. Like he wants it. So it's gonna be there for him.
You was a Laker, but when I got to LA, you used to look after me like I was part of the Lakers. And now, come on, 20 years all the way around. We sound old saying that. 20 years all the way around.
You are old.
You coaching our beloved Clippers. And right now in the situation you don't have your best two players, but you got your guys playing some of the best basketball in the league today. Like, how was that like this season with the guys, knowing that you don't have your guys in, and just to keep them motivated and just to see how good they're playing and just thinking like, man, when them guys come back, like they're gonna be so more experienced.
It was tough early on because we didn't know how we wanted to play. Like when you build your whole system around two players, Kawhi and PG, like, and they're gone. So now you got to change your whole system. Like, so like the stuff you're just running for them, like you got to scrap that because you can't run it for nobody else on the team. So like doing things defensively, but like all the credit goes to the players. Like, you could easily give in. Like, when your two best players are out for so long, like you miss 3 games, you'd be like, you know what? Oh, well, they'll be back in 3 games. But like when they sitting there for 50 games, 60 games, and they ain't coming back, it's easy to give in, but they won't do that. Like every single night, they scrap.
Every night.
Yeah, every night. And our coaching staff does a great job, like just the development part of the young guys. T-Man's come a long way, Luke Kennard, Amir Coffey, and like Marcus Morris and Reggie, like the veteran guys, they're like holding it down, Nick Batum. But remember, like, man, it's their mindset. Like, no matter who's on the floor, we think we got a chance to win. And so, just putting guys in places, and they understand, like, they bought in. It's like, whoever's playing well, they're gonna play tonight, and then we'll get ready tomorrow. For the next day if you didn't play. So they bought into it.
Let's speak of this. Like when we got there, you seen how the organization was. We were working out at Southwest College, and how this organization is now. Like Denise, one of our favorite people ever. Like Denise was there when we was babies. But just to see how this organization now is, and how committed they is to the city, how committed they is to winning. You know what I'm saying? Being in a town that's so dominant with the Lakers history, like how it is to just see how this organization has turned around and just doing stuff the right way and becoming one of these organizations that's going to be contending every year.
First of all, it started with Doc. I think when they got Doc and bringing him in, and just the way he changed the whole organization, come from Boston where Danny Ainge and that organization, they did it the right way.
Yeah,
and
they showed him something.
Yeah, and so when Doc got there, he automatically, I came with him. We changed this, we changed everything to make it a Class A organization. And so the first key to that was Doc. Like he changed a lot of it and got everything going the right direction. And then the biggest thing is Mr. Ballmer. Like when he got there, it's like family. It's not like, I'm the owner and you guys are like, it's like family. And so to see everything he's done for the organization, anything you ask for, he's going to get it done. Like how high we over the cap right now, but whatever he wanted to do to make it a Class A organization, like Mr. Ballmer would do it. Like it's about family, it's about teams, it's about the organization, and it's about the city, like building a new arena, in Inglewood, putting, I think, $300 million into the Inglewood community, like just all the stuff that he does just to make sure everyone's better. Like it's unbelievable.
I can remember coming there for the first time forever, period, since the Clippers had been in the Staples, and they covered up the Lakers. I was like, whoa. I said, yo, you pulled up and they had the little drop down banners like the Clippers, the pictures of y'all like outside the stable before you pulled down.
Even covering up their door.
And then when you get in there, like, wait, I don't see the jersey just gonna like wait. I was like, I can never like I was like, okay,
Right.
now I can feel a turn trying to be made. Cause that was like the first every other time, like it didn't matter. It was like, dude, we renting the arena. Like, you know what I'm saying?
yeah.
They jerseys up there. We ain't got one jersey
I
at
thought
all.
it was crazy he did it, but I mean, it made
That
sense
was
to make it
hard,
feel like
though. That was
it's
like
ours
to the
too.
person that literally played under
Yeah.
that guys and we played in there like to see
And
that.
we
I was
seeing
like,
these
oh,
Lakers
I was like,
jerseys.
yo,
Yeah.
like, this is they doing something. They trying to do something
Right.
different. Like I knew then that at least some type of effort was being made to make some type of change with
Yeah.
that. And you right.
That was
wasn't
all
good
Doc.
enough.
And he was like, they were scared to do it, but Doc was like, no, that's what we doing. Like, I don't
On
know
our
what
night,
people
it
think.
should be that
Yeah.
way.
And so, I mean, it was dope.
That was the correct thing to do.
Yeah.
Definitely us Clippers fans, the correct thing to do.
Tell me this, with you coaching Kawhi and PG, those is kind of like some guys that's been on the record. Those like Kobe, you know, grew up like Kobe was that guy. Like, can you see his imprints on them when you watching them on a day-to-day?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, just work ethic alone. But, you know, Kawhi, you know, all the time, he's just asking me about Kobe and Jordan, like what they do, how they do this, you know,
Right.
like all the time. And then when B. Shaw got there, it was over. Then he asking him, like, how Kobe, you know, like, so they want to know, they want to learn, and like they want to be great. And so when you have guys on your team like that, like you said, it makes my job a lot easier, but like they want to be great. And so Kawhi, he's constantly asking about Jordan and Kobe, like all the time, you know, just picking my brain. And that's what it's all about. You know, you got to pass that knowledge down.
Move that started a movement. You're not the first person to do it, become a player, then a coach. But to see guys having success from being players to coaches, and which I always feel like it's always be players and coaches. You know the game a little bit more
Right.
because you didn't experience it. But to be a part of groups like that and win championships on both ends of it, like how is it for you to be part of a group that can come from being a player and have some success as being a coach too?
It's an honor, you know, and then, you know, the biggest thing for me, because, you know, when you're young in the park, you go on the countdown 3, 2, 1. You go to shoot a shot. You ain't saying, oh, I coached the guy that shot the shot. I'm shooting the shot. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it's different. Like, I'd rather be a player any time of the week than to be in a coach. But what the coaching has taught me is like you can help younger people out. You can help, you know, people get to a point they've never been to. And so that's what I take pride in. And so like having JR, you know, from New York, they didn't want him, and we bring him to make him a champion, and he was a big part of what we did. And Channing Frye, you know, his career, get him to, you know, the things he's done. Reggie Jackson, you know, they didn't want him in Detroit, but bringing him in. Nick Batum, they didn't want him in Charlotte. Like, so that's the enjoyment I get out of, you know, all of it. But to be a player and a coach to win a championship, like, it's definitely an honor. And to be a better coach than I was as a player, you know, that means a lot, especially when I didn't think I was ever going to be a coach, you know. So it means a lot. And you run a hell of an organization. You know, the players look up to you. You got great players, Kawhi and PG, like they look to you for guidance. And, you know, LeBron, you know, great as he was, like looked to me for guidance. And so that means a lot, especially, you know, me and Bron being close in age, me and Richard Jefferson being close in age, and they still look to me, you know, when it's time to make those, you know, big decisions.
Being a player for so long and being in those different environments with a Kobe, Shaq, MJ, T-Man, all those different players you play with, do you feel like that's what makes you be able to relate and be able to coach the guys that you're able to coach the way you are, because you've been in those same similar seats, even though you weren't like you say the super uber star or whatever, but like you've been right there and you've been in the foxhole and championship scenarios, so you can lean on the knowledge that you gain from watching and experiencing those different things to give to a LeBron or whoever, or a PG or a Kawhi now.
No doubt. I mean, and it really came from Brian Shaw. Like when I first got to the Lakers, he wasn't there the first year, but that second year, like he just always taught me, like, tell the truth. Like, if I tell you the truth, like, that was a bad shot. You might be mad, cuss me out, but tomorrow you're like, you know what? You was right. If you were real, you're like, you know what? You're right. And so, like, just hearing how he called out Kobe and Shaq, or if Shaq come at, man, I'm like, you did it. Like, oh, he'll cuss you out, whatever. But if you're real with yourself, you understand that. And so B. Shaw taught me a long time ago. So when I started coaching, you know, or if I was with MJ or T-Mac or whatever, like, I'm just going to tell the truth. Whether you like it or not, you know, that's on you. And that's helped me in my coaching career. Like, you taking bad shots or you I can't BS and whatever, like, I'm going to tell you. You know what I'm saying? And that's what's kind of makes me stand out from a lot of other different people, because I'm just going to tell you the truth, like, whether you like it or not.
What do Doc Rivers mean to you in your career, and and just the relationship you have with him?
It means everything. Like, without Doc, I wouldn't be here. And so for him to see something in me in 2003 that I didn't see in myself, like, that just means a lot. Just saying I could be a great coach. And I got a lot of work to do, but he gave me that platform to get there. And so, like, everything I did when I first took over was Doc Rivers driven. Like, everything. Like, man, Doc, how'd you do this? Like, and so I used to go when I was coaching with him in Boston and with the Clippers. I used to go watch his press conferences. Like say we had a bad game or it was some turmoil or something bad happened. Like, I want to go see how he handled it. Like, I'm going stand in the back of the room just seeing how Doc addressed it, how he handled it. The whole Donald Sterling thing. Like, how's he gonna speak about it? How's he gonna talk about it? Like, what's gonna happen? And so, I just learned so much from him. Like, everything I do, was Doc Rivers driven. Now I've kind of been around the game for enough time where I can start putting my own imprint on certain things and do some stuff different. But a lot of stuff I do is it comes from Doc. So I just appreciate everything he's done for me because without him I wouldn't be here.
One coach have to be your head coach, one coach have to be your assistant coach, and the other coach you have to get rid of. Pat Riley, Don Nelson, Greg Popovich. Who would be your head coach? Who would be your assistant coach? And who would be the coach that you would get rid of?
Head coach would be Pop.
Okay.
Assistant coach would be Don Nelson, probably.
Oh.
I know I love Pat Riley, but I don't want to go through the work.
Curveball right there. That was a curveball right there.
Cute. I'm just saying, I don't want to get on the line and run 17s all day. I don't want none of that. Maybe because I'm 44 right now. So if I was 20, it'd be different. But no, Pat Riley, come on, man. He's one of the greatest, but he gonna work you to death. So me being 44 and being out of shape, I don't want no part of that. Yeah. But if you got to go as far as history, just as the history of the game, of course, it's going to be Pop and Pat Riley, and then Don Nelson be the one you got to exclude, But, Don Nelson was a great coach. And one thing about Don Nelson, he wasn't afraid to try anything. He didn't care.
That's why I mentioned him.
Yeah, he'd try anything.
He was one of my favorite
he was great.
coaches.
He wasn't afraid to, he started that small ball stuff, and, he didn't care. But I would say, Pop and Pat Riley. Damn, D. Miles. I would say Pop because he's gave me a lot of knowledge. I learned a lot from him. I talked to him a lot. So I would say Pop, and then I would say Pat Riley's an assistant. Then I would exclude Don Nelson.
Since he trying to get folks in trouble now, I'm jumping the boat with you.
Don't say Kobe, Jordan, and Bron.
That's what I'm about to do. I'm about to go right there. That's what it's I'm about to go straight like that. Start, bench, cut.
None. No.
Michael Jeffrey Jordan, Kobe Bean Bryant, King James.
No answer. No answer. No answer, Q.
Straight up.
That's the ultimate start, bench, cut ever right there. Nobody can.
Only person can tell is him.
That's what I'm saying. Look, you can't even throw. Look, he got T-Mac. He didn't play with Shaq. I can't. That's the alternate. The main one is that's the Marvel Avengers. The LeBron, Kobe, and Shaq. MJ.
Have you ever had to sign the photo of you and AI when AI?
Yeah, I have, and I enjoy it. I don't have a problem with it. I'm a real one, so it don't matter to me. If you guarding one of the most feared guys in NBA history, stuff's not. The crazy part about it, it's not like he crossed me over. I fell down.
Right.
He I contested a shot. Yeah. I fell. He stepped over me, but
you won a chip, so
yeah. But they always that's the guy AI stepped over. Man, I don't care. AI's my guy. One of the most feared guys ever. But they talk about it all the time. But it's crazy because I idolized him. I looked up to him.
Right.
Come on, man, from the hood.
AI.
Yeah.
He was
jewelry,
us too. Yeah.
chains, braids.
He was us too.
Man, I idolized him. So it wasn't no big deal to me.
I love that to speak on what you saying. You wasn't tripping. You did the TikTok commercial where it's y'all kicking it.
And he invited me to he the one that got me that part.
That's dope.
Yeah, he's man, I want T. Little to do it.
He always say you his guy.
That's my guy, man, for sure.
How do you keep your rings? Do you keep your rings to put up? Do you put your rings on?
No,
I don't never really see you have them on or nothing like that. So what are the rings at? You got some special rings. You got a 3P. You got a
smart.
You know what I'm saying?
They in the safety deposit box. I never wear them. But I always go back and look at them. So in the summertime when I go back home, then I get them out. I have them on display in the house or whatever. But I never wear them. But like I said, that is an honor, man. And to win 3 championships, like, come on, man. Like, coming where I come from and having a chance to do that, man, it's like dream come true.
Speaking of where you come from a small town, Mexico, Missouri, but when you got, we all come from humble beginnings, man. But I don't want to hear about you buying mama a house or nothing like. I want to know when you got that bag. What did T. Lou do for himself?
T. Lou.
Now that the grown T. Lou look back like, boy, you was tripping. But like when you got it, like we got big ass chains,
right?
Yeah, everything except our Social Security number. We had everything on that joint.
Right.
But what did you do? Because you was right around. You was right in that culture where
I had it. Yeah, for sure.
I remember you having medallions and things, braids and things. Like, don't get it twisted, everybody. He was with us too. Baggy jerseys and baggy sweatsuits with the. So what did T. Lou do when he got that bag? You felt like, okay, I'm about to do this one time.
Excluding mom and grandma.
Yeah, excluding that because everybody, that's standard.
I got a chain with the diamond boxing gloves on it. I had, and then I got a navigator. Navigator on the 20s.
On them
maybe might be on deuces. I ain't sure.
22.
310 motoring. They did it.
Yeah.
Look, 310. He got the LA player starters package. You feel me? Got the nice chain in the truck. Did up by 310.
You know we good.
Hey, look, we was bootleg though. We went to, what was it, Allen Ed's Auto Sound?
Yeah.
Was it Allen Ed's?
I think it was
out of L.A.
Nah, I never heard of
them.
them.
Missouri. Nah, you wouldn't.
Oh, okay.
You should. Man,
look,
man, they was right there in the marina. We went right across from
they weren't doing like
that's right. Y'all was doing, y'all was, we was being a little more frugal. You
know?
We still had the same thing y'all had. We had the flip out jump, the flip out. We had
I came out of the club and Rodney Rogers and Chris Mills had grabbed me, and they showed me Rodney Rogers' truck and see me. I'm like, dang, like, where y'all get that from? He's like, man, 310. That's why I met Mark and Darnell. And it's like, man, they did this. I was like, I got to get one of these.
Remember we used to have the Escalades on them gold D's?
Oh, yeah.
We had the gold D's. I had chrome.
He had all the old schools and all that stuff. Yeah.
That boy really was doing hydraulics. I said, then when he drove that to the game, I said, oh, yeah, you didn't really lost it.
Country, man. We country.
You didn't got Tupac out here.
So to play with you, if you had to pick four players, whether you played with them or whether you coach them, who would be them 4 players you would pick?
Give him 5 that he coached.
No, he playing.
Because I'm one of them?
Yeah, you one of them. So you need 4 players.
Shaq, LeBron, Jordan, Kobe.
That's a
lineup.
You
hear me? Coitons.
You don't got to do that. You just showing up.
Yeah, just showing up. I ain't got to do nothing.
Man, anybody you pass to is going to be a bucket.
Right.
Tell me, how did it feel after, like you say, you come from a small town and you came a long way. How do it feel to get a street in your city named after you?
Man.
Like, out of all of your accomplishments, because, we all strive to get a championship or to make the NBA, but, like, don't nobody start out like, I want to get a street named after me. Like, that's some next level, achievement.
It is. And, it's not even about me. It's about my friends and family, the people who are around me, to put me in this position to get that. And so, like...
Put your family name on that.
Yeah, like, that's my family name. And so... It's just crazy. Like my boy Damon and my boy J-Roll and Stays Dog and Conrad, like Fifth, my brother Michael, they always just said like it's gonna be your town. Like you're gonna get to have whatever you want. Like you're gonna have it. And so, like just seeing it in the day we did it, like my mom, she's crying, my grandma's crying, I'm crying. Like just to see like you meant so much to a small town, a small city, and that you left the imprint on that's positive. And it's not a lot of positive going on down there. So. Every time we win, every time I get a chance to give a shout out, I'm always saying Mexico because like we need that. Like they need it. And so it's instilled in me every single day, man. And so like my cousin Doodle always talked about like, man, you're gonna be a star coach. I'm telling you one. I was like, man, you crazy. Like I'm telling you, you're gonna be a star coach. I'm like, no. But like just a lot of support like from my family, man, just all my friends, and to get me to the point where I'm at today, it's all love.
We always talk about the hoop sessions we used to have during the summer times in Chicago, down there at Hoops. But one summer I came to Vegas, and the guys just speak about some of them great hoop sessions with some of the guys that used to come through and them games y'all used to have, and guys that used to grind and just get it in and get some of that good work.
Man, it was crazy. It was KG, J.O., Baron Davis, Chauncey,
Paul
Kyle
Pierce.
Lowry, Paul Pierce, Antoine Walker, L. Hughes used to come out all the time, Matt Barnes, Stack Jack, it was crazy. And Joe Bunazar started. We started off in Bloomington, Indiana. We was there for a year and a half, getting ready for the draft. Then we took it to Sarasota, and a lot of guys used to come to Sarasota, Florida. And then we went to Vegas. Then it just took off. It just blew up. And Tayshaun, Jared.
I was just about to say Tayshaun used to be there and say he lived in Sarasota for a minute.
Yeah. So it was unbelievable. And just the runs, and so. Coming to the league and being a role player my whole career, I couldn't wait to get to the summer. So
no coach out here.
That was our time to prove to the whole league. We wanted them too.
Right. It ain't that. You know what I'm saying? I averaged 23 in college.
Straight up.
So
I'm a bucket.
Yeah, but it was just so much love for the game. For real, D-Ma, I couldn't wait to get up to play hoops the next day. That's what you live for.
That was our generation. That was really what we thought on, because it was no matter where you were, that was what it was. And when you talk to people, you try to find out what y'all hooping.
Yeah, what they hooping at?
And then dudes to take trips and go out there and kick it for a week and get it in and hit us up, for real.
Because Jared Dudley, that's when Twitter first started, so he called him the Twitter man. So he'd be like, today J.O. and BD killed it. So it was fun. We wanted to be there. I couldn't sleep. I swear to God on my life, I couldn't sleep at night ready for the bump the next day.
Bump the next day.
Man, it's the game. You know what I'm saying? And it's the love for the game, and just, that's everything to me. So it was everything. But Vegas, man, that was something to live for, bro.
You knowing Chauncey, knowing his basketball mind, how committed he is to this basketball, to see him finally get the opportunity to coach and to be a coach in this league, to really get his foot in there, to see how it really is.
That's his fault. He could have been a coach 3 years ago. I've been trying to give him the coach for since I was in Cleveland, but he wanted to do the front office thing. So, we gave him time. But I'm like, Chance, man, you'll be a great coach. And he's like, man, I don't know. And then last year, bringing him on my staff with the Clippers.
Yeah.
And then, he said, got a job in 1 year.
Yeah.
He's done a great job. And they got a lot of injuries and stuff, but he's done a great job. He loves it too. He's gonna be great. He's gonna be great.
To see him getting that opportunity, is proud of him.
Yeah, for sure. And he could have been doing it. But he really loves it, So that's good for him.
When I walk in the Lakers practice facility or the Celtics practice facility or even the Celtics arena, you kind of feel the history. Was it the same for you? When you, I know you played for the Lakers and you come in, but then you coaching for the Celtics and you see these old banners, they still got stains.
Right.
Right. Stains, the stains look black and white on the banners, but you kind of feel this different type of history. Was it the same for you?
Yeah, you feel it. The Staples Center, like I said, we won, they won 5 championships in the Staples Center, the Lakers, but I got that feel from the Forum. When I walked into the Forum, I played there my first year, my rookie year, just Magic, Kareem, Worthy, all the greats, Jerry West, it was all right here. So when you walk into that arena, you can feel it. I swear you feel it.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the same way with the Boston Garden, the old Boston Garden, was the same way. But with this, crypto.com now, not Staples Center.
Yeah.
And even with the new arena, in Boston, you feel it. When you look up into the rafters and you seeing all the greats, Wilt Chamberlain and, Jerry West and, you got Larry Bird and all, it's just the two winningest franchises. You can't get no better than that.
With you being part of that transition, your first year was in the Forum. You played with the Lakers in the Forum, and then you got to see this new shiny little thing, not little, this big thing, Staples Center, and what happened after that. Are you excited with you guys, with the Clippers and what Ballmer is doing with the new stadium in Inglewood, and you getting to go in there and open that up?
Man, so excited. To have our own identity, kind of remove ourselves from the Staples Center, and which has been great to us. But to have your own arena, have your own identity. Your fans come to your games. You know what I'm saying? That's huge. And Mr. Ballmer, when he took over, that was the first thing he said. We got to get our own arena. And so to do that, like I said, but the biggest thing with the arena is just the money he's putting back into the Inglewood community. That's huge. For our culture and just. For everything that we do, to try to, better our communities and, Bomber's done that times 100. You know what I'm saying? And so that's just huge for the city of Inglewood.
And correct me if I'm wrong, he did this out of pocket, right? He
Out of
didn't go
pocket.
to the state and the city and make them
No.
do all their fun. He just came like up out of the wallet with it. I'm a
that was
bam.
like-
He bought the farm for $400 million, and then he went.
That was light. That was
Yeah.
light.
He came through like, hey,
My man
Bomber.
Bomber.
Pod.
We tight like that. My man Bomber, we tight like
We
that.
roll
was
like
light.
that.
That was
Yeah.
light.
And Ramon
That
don't
was
know.
light.
We love to, give everybody we have on here our flowers, but for me and D, we've been talking about this prior to you coming on the show. Like, we gotta give our love to, you a peer of ours, you a African American brother that's doing something that's not easy to do, that we don't get a lot of opportunities to do. And I feel like you put yourself in position to where you are one of the best coaches in the NBA, period. You know what I'm saying? What you doing with the talent you got, regardless of who's in and out, like we spoke about, you guys show up, y'all got an identity, and we know from being in the NBA, that's not always the case, especially when you got, crutches to lean on, like PG, Kawhi out. Y'all still show up, y'all still compete. You did what you did as an assistant, you earned your keep, and you know what I'm saying? You provide future guys like myself, yourself, D-Miles, and guys doing it right now, like you said, Rondo, you provide that opportunity and you provide positive feedback like this works. You know how it is in this industry. It only works when they see it works.
Right.
You are one of them people that's keeping that door kicked open and allowing other dudes to come behind you. So I just want that to be put out there, because it's like, whatever, you win a championship, they could try and say, oh, it was LeBron. Nah. My man didn't put down a lot of work to show that, like, he's learned what you've learned. You put your time in on the dock, and now you've taken it to your own level, and you got your own identity, and you stand on your own as a great coach in this league. And us being some guys that, we grew up together in the league.
Right.
We was a couple years behind you, but we still was running the same paths and the same streets. And it's like, it's dope for us to sit back and see you have the success you have, and you've translated the way you have, and you've stayed clean, and you ain't got no foolishness, and you represented our community in the right way. Yeah. So, you know what I'm saying? We got to show love to that. You a champion, you one of the best coaches, and you done did that.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Man, it's been dope, man. We definitely want to show love and appreciation for you coming through, taking your time on your off day. We out of town on a secret private location. We live on location. I'm gonna tell y'all where though. But you know what I'm saying? We got Hennessy rocking with us. This is the VSOP, which is like privilege. It's very special. And we got them boys on the back.
I see it,
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Move it on up.
Look,
I see it.
Me and D-Miles came along. Look, we got a special Hennessy bottle.
on that yak bottle now.
Yeah.
Nobody ever opened this. I'm keeping it right there on my shelf.
We
So, man, we
decorating
appreciate
the house,
you pulling
baby.
up on us, man. We got one of the best coaches in the world in the NBA, T. Lou, in the building, live on location via Mexico, Missouri.
Straight up.